I want to pivot over to Street Fighter really quick. You said they're releasing these outfit 4. It says outfit 4. The 4 of these 7 characters are all swimsuits and are coming with the Sagat or Sagat update. Depends on how you want to say it. August 5th. So Sagat is coming to the game, and what's interesting is Capcom is like, I wonder if they're receiving any pushback for these character designs here. You see the tan lines on Cammy here and such. Kind of the look. I always love the impractical nature of these designs, which is like Cammy getting in a fight here. But I'm curious to see if there's any pushback because of this. So there's Cammy. Here's Luke, obviously lifeguard look here. Chun-Li, obviously like very sexualized designs here. I don't even know who Manon is. I haven't played Street Fighter 6 to find out. Jamie over here, like very masculine look to these characters.
All of these skins look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, again, these are concept art, so once we actually see it in the game, it might look slightly different, but the concept arts themselves look super good.
Yeah. I like this beast here just wearing a random swimsuit. Like, kind of interesting over here. So, yeah, this is, I mean, pretty great stuff. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of interesting to see. And that company like Capcom that has kind of gone over the idea of making some of their characters very androgynous, really leaning into the masculinity and femininity of these characters. It's a good thing. So yeah. Yeah. Anything on that, Blabs?
Honestly, I didn't think the Chun-Li one looked that nice. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for it, but it looked weird. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't look like a good sketch in my opinion. The other ones look fine to me.
I think it's because her head is smaller than the rest of her body.
Something's really wrong with her back, like, and her neck. Like, there's something just weird there.
She does have a little bit of tiny head going on.
Yeah, right. Like, it looks really disproportionate, to be honest.
Well, I think the idea is they really want to push through that her legs are giant. And
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It just looks odd to me. But like, hey man, it's definitely an improvement of previous things.
I think Chun-Li definitely has tiny head compared to Manon over here. Yeah. Even though Manon still has tiny head. You know what it is? They have really long torsos and legs. Their legs are super duper long when you look at the character designs. Whereas the guys, you can see the legs are a little bit shorter.
They look more proportionate, the guys, than compared to the women.
Well, if this
that just might be like a skill diff of the artist. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
But all the characters have they have really long. Females do for sure. The legs. The suntan lines are a really interesting choice. We got it. Blab, see if you can do a little digging on this.
Pleasantly surprised by suntan lines.
I am pleasantly surprised that Capcom would do this. I'm sure somebody's upset. Like, somebody has to be upset. Be like, "Oh, you sexualizing of women or whatever, and you're sexualizing of men." There's got to be people in that thread who are upset about it. But it just kind of seems like a change of pace for Capcom, which a welcome change of pace. The idea
a surprise to be sure, but a pleasant one.
Yeah. I mean, not upset about it at all. It's great. Did you see the latest castings for Street Fighter 2? The live-action Street Fighter 2, Vero?
Yeah.
This looks pretty good.
It does.
And I think they're actually like, some people are like, this looks like crap. I don't understand it. I think they're nailing it. Yeah. So 50 Cent is going to be in the Street Fighter movie, and he's going to be playing Balrog, which I think is a wonderful casting for that right there. Just from the look of it, I think he nails it personally. But we're not done. Did you see who got cast as Dan Hibiki in this?
No, I didn't.
Andrew Schultz.
Oh.
Which I think is actually pretty good. Like, given his the comedic timing, and Dan is kind of a comedic character and stuff, he kind of looks like him. I think it actually works pretty well. I think they're doing a pretty good job of this so far.
I personally don't think everything needs to be live actionified. I don't think we always need remakes and remasters and reboots, but seeing this gives me a lot more hope. That's for sure.
We have actually kind of a big issue here. I asked Blabs to put together what are you doing here, Blabs?
What do you mean? I found multiple things for you. And I even
Okay.
made one.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. Let's talk about this real quick. I put this
What did I do
together.
wrong?
What do you guys think? Well, okay.
Click it.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
You
That makes
retard.
well, no. This looks like two pictures. This looks like
click
you.
it.
This looks like you had 50 Cent playing Blanca over here. Okay.
I put 2 images. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Okay, that's way better. All right. So here are the people who are currently cast in these roles, which, gotta be honest, I mean, this guy doesn't really look like King, but you can put a wig on him, right?
Yeah.
He's not the greatest actor though, so that's Noah.
he's
And
not.
I've seen him in a couple of things. He's not that great.
Yeah, no, he's not that good. Wasn't
love him
he
'cause he's
playing
good-looking.
He-Man at one point? Wasn't he supposed to play He-Man, but then wasn't
I
that
don't
the
know
one
about
that got
that.
canceled?
I don't know about that. I know he was in that Adam the Rock movie. He played some
Yeah.
guy in that. I didn't even see that movie, but like I've
Yeah.
seen him in some of the Netflix stuff. Cringe. And I never use that word.
Well,
I
Jason
wonder
Momoa.
if people are going to start getting Jason Momoa fatigue. I feel like he's in a lot now.
Sure.
And he's a good actor.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he's not, but
I
don't
think
know.
he works as Blanca though. I do.
Yeah.
Like, and 50 Cent as Balrog makes sense. Chun-Li looks good. Let's see the other ones who have cast it. Okay, so you didn't put Dan Hibiki.
I
yet.
did. There's an update if you look below, because at first I didn't see that tweet.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so Andrew Schultz as Dan Hibiki. This guy is Ryu. Why does he have his face covered on this?
Every single image I found of him has his mask on.
Okay.
When I was looking for him, I'm like, what the shit? But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, in a weird way. But Vega is meant to be like the reason he wears a mask is he's so attractive. He doesn't want to hurt his face, right? That's the whole idea. He's very vain. So I guess
Maybe this guy's vain too.
yeah. And Roman Reigns playing Akuma, I think is killer. I
yeah.
think he nails it right there.
There's a lot of masculinity going on. It's making me uncomfortable. We need
Oh.
to gayify this.
Oh no. Well, that's what Dan Hibiki's there for. But I got to be honest, I think the casting on this is really good so far, and I'm totally on board with what's being thrown down. I did not want a live action Street Fighter movie. The last
No.
live action Street Fighter movie, I believe, was Legend of Chun-Li. Is that right? And I think that was like the worst, like one of the worst movies ever made. But the casting on this looks pretty good right now. So a lot of these are rumored here, as you can see from the IMDb thing. Jason Momoa being rumored and Noah Centineo over here.
Isn't it
But-
Centineo? That's how they say his name?
I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know. But
No idea.
yeah, Joe, and that's Roman Reigns right here. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on board with what they're throwing down with this Street Fighter remake. Vera, are you interested in this?
I think that most video game movies are kind of trash. I have higher hopes because of the casting, but ultimately, we've had way more trash video game movies than we have had major successes like Mario's and Sonic. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I think most of the casting looks pretty solid, but until we actually start seeing like trailers and scenes, I'm gonna stay cautious.
You know, that brings up a really good question. When was the last time we had a successful live action video game movie? Mario animated. I mean, Sonic is a live action movie, but the main character is CGI.
Yeah,
right?
I know a lot of people were not fans of the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I guess people are mentioning Minecraft was obviously live
Yeah,
action.
that was-
I'm a
yeah.
dummy. Forgot about that. Mortal Kombat was live action. I'm a dummy. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there've been hits. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm stupid. But maybe this. Yes, we know. Thank you, Blabs. Maybe this will be a big hit for this because I grew up loving Street Fighter. I've kind of gravitated away from it the last few games.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't try to feature like every Street Fighter character in it, and they stick to like the core like 12 or 16 that were kind of the original cast. Because now like there are characters that I have no idea who's in Street Fighter. I used to know the entire cast, but there's like 50 characters and I have no idea who's in it. So But yeah, I'm with you, Vera. Cautiously optimistic about this. I will personally give you a high five if you subscribe. I will not actually give you a high five if you subscribe.